Hello, I'm Ross Bone. Coming up on The Lead, we'll identify some interesting changes going around the district. Everything from lunch, to art, to TV. We have all that and more on The Lead.
Hello, thanks for joining us for this month's episode of The Lead. I'm Erin Baumgartner.
And I'm Maria Garcia. One of the high schools in the district is making some adjustments to its daily schedule for the benefit of the students. LHS is trying out a new way of doing lunch. They have introduced block lunch to the student body.
Block lunch is an hour-long period of time where kids can do whatever they need to do. They can eat lunch, they can go to clubs, they can go to tutoring. They can take care of any personal business that they need, see the counselor, see their attendance clerk, get their driver's license verification forms so that they're not called out of class as much.
I think a lot of the students think it's a great thing. They're really getting involved with the meetings and they're having a blast with it, with all the sports and activities that they're doing with Open Gym and all the fun like groups such as like ping pong or guitar interest groups and all that stuff. They're really having fun with it.
I feel like block lunch is really working at our school. We have lots of students who are involved in multiple organizations and on sports teams, and so in years past they haven't been able to go to the clubs that they're in, their meetings and things like that. So now with block lunch, they have that time during lunch to go.
With block lunch in place, students have the time to slow down.
It's not rushed, by the time they get their food or you go visit them in an activity or you talk with them in the hallway, there's still plenty of time that you're not rushing kids back to class, or you're not questioning, hey, where you're supposed to be right now, because this time is theirs and the adults are there to interact with them and make sure they're safe and participate in the clubs and organizations right alongside with them.
LASD recognizes the value of speaking 2 languages, and it's giving its youngest students a chance to do just that.
In Spanish, I said, hola. In English, I say hi.
Several LASD elementary schools are now offering dual language education starting in kindergarten. These programs are using the same curriculum as other district schools, but offering the content in a unique way.
On one day, the kids receive their instruction in English. The next day, they continue with their instruction, but it's in Spanish. So every other day, they're getting English, and every other day, they're being taught in Spanish.
And our classes are mixed. It's not just bilingual in English or ESL. We're mixed with bilingual ESL and English all together.
The goal is to develop fully bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural students by the end of 5th grade, fully able to participate in advanced academic courses in Spanish and English at the secondary level.
I just get excited whenever they try and then they say a word and they know it's not their first language, but they're giving it all they've got. I think like they're really trying.
Some of the advantages to this include a positive effect on intellectual growth, enriching and enhancing a child's mental development, and it opens the doors to other cultures, helping children understand and appreciate people from other countries.
I have one student that she came and was telling me, Miss O'Donnell, you have rojo shirt. So it was very interesting.
Teachers that are involved in this pilot are having great success.
Our teaching is not just, it's opened up more doors. You are more dramatic when you are teaching.
The dual language program is helping students enjoy thriving, productive lives in a future they create.
Marcus Art students are changing their perspective on the world. At Marcus High School, Miss Manicherry has students learning to show depth, apply to real-world applications through the perspective drawing assignment.
Part of our curriculum in Art 1 is to learn, we spend a lot of time learning technical realism, and so part of technical realism is doing learning how to show depth and 3-dimensional reality on a flat 2-dimensional surface.
Right now we're working on sketching this hallway and shading it.
you're drawing reality onto a piece of paper, which is really hard to do. So I find that really amazing and fun.
I like it because it's really meticulous, but when you finish something and it looks real, it's rewarding.
Students are using black and white charcoal to apply shading and create depth in their artwork.
The challenge seems to engage them, and a lot of times they end up surprised with how well they can do at realism.
It's definitely teaching me patience because it's really difficult to do the first try, but once you get it, it gives you a good feeling.
The assignment is encouraging students to stay determined, build up their artistic skills, and identify their artistic elements that exist throughout their lives.
The skills you learn in an art class come into play throughout the world, down to the car you're driving. I hope it just develops another layer of appreciation for the ways in which art is embedded in all the things we do throughout a day.
Hebron High School has joined the mix of district schools that produce their own weekly news program. Hebron's journalism department is expanding in a new direction with a student-led news program called Hawk TV. Students in the class have the opportunity to shoot, edit, and produce a weekly news show for the school.
The biggest portion of this class is about being able to tell the news of what's going on with the school on a week-to-week basis, which is something we haven't had available to us here on this campus until this happened. Hopefully this is going to open up a lot more opportunities for our kids here.
I switched to AV production, and that kind of drew me towards it because I wanted to major in broadcasting in college. So when Mr. Smith told me that we were going to have this class, I wanted to join.
Producing a weekly news show means the students are constantly hard at work preparing stories and putting the final show together.
When we get our stories, we have to go around the school, see what's happening for news pieces, find out unique stories for feature pieces. We do interviews, we edit them, we do voiceovers, download those, compile it all together, and that's how we make a show.
My favorite part is seeing the whole show come together because we work so hard and all my friends enjoy it. They're on Twitter, I like Hawk TV, and it's really fun.
I like it. I think it's cool how the students can get together and tell us about what's going on.
Not only is Hawk TV a fun way for students to get involved with school, for many of them, the skills that they learn in class will benefit them in their future.
There's a lot of different things that they're going to get from this. I mean, we teach so many different things in here. They're not only learning how to tell the news and how to work with their scripts and how to work with people and things like that. There's a lot of basic life lessons they're getting out of here too. Just the confidence that a lot of them have gotten in being able to work with people and being able to not be afraid to kind of perform in front of people and things like that. They've learned how to produce a great product while continuing to have fun doing it.
Many LISD schools are educating students on their proper and safe way to use technology. One elementary school is doing it in a fun and interesting way. Students at Willington Elementary have been given an opportunity to earn a digital license. Similar to a driver's license, this digital license recognizes the student's ability to practice good online safety and etiquette while navigating the information superhighway.
To earn a driver's license, they have to take a cyber safety unit in my class. They have little videos that they watch. What is a digital footprint? Why is that important in my life? How can it affect me in my future?
If you find a job, they'll search your name on the internet, and then if they find something bad about you, they probably won't hire you.
What I'm hoping is that they will realize that they have to be safe online. We teach them everything we can about cyber dangers.
Cyberbullying isn't okay because you'll hurt people's feelings. It helps us to know that there are people out there who can hurt you, and so you can't tell anyone your personal information.
I learned about copywriting. You had to have it down, and you had to have a website that you found it on.
While the digital licenses are a great privilege for the students, there are some great consequences if that privilege is abused.
If they get their license revoked, their license goes from my room to the principal's room. And it lives there until they have earned their license back. And if they lose their license, they have to retake their whole cyber safety unit.
Well, I think it's really cool. It helps us to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to, and to know that if we're not, that there are consequences, and we do have to give up our driver's license.
It feels like you have a lot of responsibility, and you feel better when you have all this trust.
I'm very proud of the kids. They work really hard. The world's their oyster, and they can do whatever they want, but I want them to do it with grace and dignity and safety and kindness,
So what do you guys think about this opportunity the kids are getting? I think it's great.
You know, I think it's a really good idea that every elementary school should adapt because it should be really beneficial for the students.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wish I had something like this when I was in elementary school. I think it would have been really beneficial to all of us.
Yeah, me too. A new way of involving some LISD students in the community is through a partnership beneficial to both elementary and high school students in the colony. Thursdays have become special days at Peters Colony Elementary. This year, students are getting weekly visits from the Hometown Heroes program. Hometown's Hero is a group of 14 student leaders from the Colony High School.
Hometown Heroes is something that we did for the kids so that we could interact with them and they could see and hear what we do in high school, and then just kind of, they're like, oh, I want to do that whenever I get older, and they just ask us questions or any questions they have, and we answer it in the best way we can.
I get to talk to the kids about what high school is like, and I get to help them with homework and just be somebody that they can look to and like confide in and be somebody that they can talk to.
While the Hometown Heroes are much older, they are able to relate to the younger students and help them with math facts, writing, and reading.
It helps me a lot just because I know there's people looking up to me, and I have to do the best I can to help them.
When I'm having bad days and I don't really want to talk to anybody, I can come to these kids and just talk to them, and that would really lift my spirit up and hopefully lift their spirit up by seeing each other.
In addition to providing a service learning opportunity for the Colony students, Peters Colony students from kindergarten through 4th grade gain academic support and learn Cougar Pride. That partnership between Peters Colony and the Colony High School's Hometown Heroes program exemplifies LISD's commitment to providing a safe, nurturing, inclusive, and flexible environment where students learn. Well, that's all the time we have for this month's episode of The Lead. I'm Maria Garcia.
And I'm Erin Baumgartner. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to tune in into our next show in January.